Imagine you're a wealthy oil king living in the late 1800s, faced with a significant challenge. The Industrial Revolution is in full swing, and your vast oil empire depends on a reliable workforce. Unlike the modern era where you can easily post job listings and attract educated labor, most of the population at that time lived in rural areas, leading simple lives on farms. They received education through homeschooling or church run schools, far removed from the skills needed in factories and oil refineries. They were unaccustomed to the structured routines of clocking in and out. And to address this dilemma, you needed to implement a widespread educational solution to prepare them for working in factories. But remember, knowledge is dangerous, so we can't empower them with too much knowledge. Historical examples, such as denying slaves the right to read or write, illustrate the danger of educating individuals too extensively. To educate the masses effectively, you had to be cautious. Teaching them too much might make them overly ambitious and independent, making them think for themselves and potentially making them your competitors. Instead, the aim was to provide them with just enough knowledge so they run your empire with a very obedient demeanor. And this is precisely how the public school system came to be. It is a great way to control and influence the minds of our youth. And this is exactly the problem that we're going to talk about today. You see, in school, students hardly have a say in what they want to do. Every minute of their life is controlled by the system. But out here in the real world, especially when you're working on something important, you have to call the shots. You get to decide what you want to do and how you want to do it. But school is a different ballgame. It kind of tells our kids, hey, you're not in charge of your own life. Just follow the rules and do as you're told, instead of teaching them to be independent and make the most out of their life. Experts, on the other hand, mention that some independence is super important. So it's no wonder that a lot of students find school pretty dull and uninspiring. Just imagine if someone told you exactly how to spend every single minute of your day and gave you a hard time if you didn't follow the plan. Well, that's what school can feel like for many students. You know, our education system is like this super rigid machine. It expects every single student to learn the exact same thing, in the exact same time, and in the exact same way. But come on, we're all unique, each with our own quirks and passions. The real secret to a fulfilling life is finding your passion. But ask yourself, do schools these days really help nurture our kids and develop their passions? It seems like there's not many answers a school system today can give to a child's most basic questions, like what am I really good at? What is something that I want to do with my life? How do I fit into this big old world? The system honestly just doesn't seem to give a damn. It sucks because there's so many talented folks out there who just don't fill out the traditional school mold but want to do something big with their life. But luckily, there are some who manage to escape this and make it big in their life. But unlike them, unfortunately, not everybody can break free from this. The sad part about this is that we have absolutely no way to measure how much potential we're letting slip through the cracks because of this current school system. Now, there's a good reason why a concept like money is absent from the school curriculum. Money, my friends, is absolutely magical. It doesn't necessarily solve all of your problems, but it definitely solves all of your money-related problems, which majority of us tend to have. Here's the cold hard truth. If you genuinely grasp how money operates, such as understanding all finance, accounting, taxes, and investing, you won't have to be a workhorse or an employee for the next 6 decades. The thing is, they're not teaching you this kind of stuff in school. It's almost like they're keeping this a secret, and there's a good reason for that. See, schooling is about churning out a workforce, creating generations of folks who will clock in and out for life. But if they start handing out tools for financial freedom, well, that sort of undermines their game plan. If you're enjoying this content, remember to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more updates. Remember to also ring the notification bell so you never miss an update on the channel. Thank you for your support. It means a lot. In the current education system, kids spend about 5 hours a day in lectures. But let's be honest, lecturing in today's education system comes with some major flaws. Sal Khan, the brain behind Khan Academy, hilariously dubbed lecturing as a fundamentally dehumanizing experience, stating that in a lecture, you've got a room full of 30 kids with fingers on their lips, forbidden from interacting with each other. What's even more wacky is that in any given classroom, you have students at different levels of understanding. So while some of them are yawning because they're way ahead, Others are scratching their heads and confused because they're lost in the whole maze of knowledge. The thing is, thanks to the internet and digital media, our students have access to the entire repository of human knowledge at their fingertips. It's like having all the answers to life's questions, but still the system is afraid of using it. It's also like having a Ferrari, but you're afraid of going beyond first gear. It's a real head scratcher. In our current setup, parents also contribute to this issue. Society tends to idealize parents to such an extent that they're almost considered infallible figures, where if children question or disagree with them, they tend to get punished. However, let's ponder upon this for a moment. If every single child's parents were all wise and truly all knowing, we'd be surrounded by all brilliant individuals. But it's unrealistic to assume that all parents possess all of this human knowledge. In fact, many parents adopt an authoritative stance, demanding obedience and punishing anything else. They argue that strict parenting fosters responsible and well-behaved children. Yet, research from around the world gives slightly different results. Authoritative parenting can actually harm a child's self-esteem and decision-making skills because they're simply doing what they're told all the time. When parents dictate a specific career path or insist on a particular exam, it puts the child in a very vulnerable spot, knowing that they cannot argue or disagree with their parent. And then challenging such parents already becomes a problem if they're authoritative and if the child is struggling with low self-esteem. It leaves unconventional careers out of the question because parents hold outdated notions about success and stability from their own time. And a very good example of this is when parents want you to become an engineer, for example, but you want to play the guitar. Here, convincing your parents to pursue this unconventional career becomes a little bit of a problem. I realize that not everything is within your control, but there's a lot that you can influence. So, for example, change up your media choices. Rather than going out and chasing the most viral video on YouTube, go ahead and explore videos that provide you with a decent amount of information on different career paths, for example. Look for videos shedding light on unconventional careers. Dive into National Geographic and look into different excavation sites and see how archaeologists explore them. When you tune into Netflix, for example, opt for something less mainstream. You'll be fascinated to know how many documentaries there are on topics like archaeology, history, space, investigative journalism, coding, religion, and so much more. And remember, algorithms on these websites tend to show you what the most viral content is and what your choices are. So it might take a little bit of time and effort to change up and broaden your horizons, but in the end, it'll be worth it. In my YouTube videos, for example, I tend to provide a wealth of information and knowledge to keep you up to date and help you make more informed decisions, for example. Parents too must adapt. Overly strict parenting can actually harm a child's growth. Therefore, it is essential for parents to actually expand their horizons about different career options that exist today. After all, it is the parent who plays the most crucial role in guiding their children to success. Lastly, teachers and schools must understand the importance of nurturing creativity and incorporating career counseling into education. Schools can appoint different career counselors or hold different workshops with students to acquaint them of different career options that await them in the future. This isn't just about a child's future. It's about their contribution to their nation later on. Developed countries are good at this. They provide holistic development and give equal importance and significance to all professions that exist out there, even if they may be a little unconventional. This topic holds a special place in my heart, and I've contemplated on making a video about this for years. Topics like these are often overlooked, but only those immersed in these unconventional careers can actually give good insights about how to become successful in these. And with that, we've come to the end of this video. Thank you for joining me on this exhilarating adventure today. Until next time, keep striving for excellence, stay curious, and always pursue your dreams. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.